My home island of Jersey is pretty small, at only 9 miles by 5, so it's quite the fitting place to be building a tiny home, and perhaps the tiniest of tiny homes at only 80 square feet. 2 months ago I had finished prepping the base structure of our 1973 Volkswagen Kombi before wrapping it up for winter and heading off to the other side of the planet to ask a very important question.
What? I just asked Leah to marry me.
Now, high on life and with bucket loads of renewed energy and enthusiasm, I'm returning to my island in the dead of winter to figure out how to build custom furniture and transform this old Kombi into our new off-grid tiny home. How are you supposed to work outside in these conditions? Seriously, I wish I'd got this done in summer. What a nightmare, it's flipping freezing. This is like the Jersey version of snow. Just goes straight past actual snow, gets cold enough so the snow freezes and we get hail. Sucks. I had somewhere covered up I could work. I think I might just do some planning today. Why did I leave Australia? Jersey rarely gets that cold, so I won't bitch about the weather too much, as I know at some points on this journey we will see much worse. However, Jersey winter is not ideal conditions for a van build, but I don't have the luxury of time, so I'll suck it up and get my van back. Oh, back to winter. Eager to see how Boomerang has fared under his tarp. Hopefully nothing mouldy. Hopefully no mice have moved in. Let's get him unbuttoned. Let's see how we go with the mould inside and see if there's any rodents that have moved in for winter. The sniff test is going to be the all important thing here. No mould, just that great smell of old Volkswagen that some of you will know exactly what I mean. I love that smell. No leaks, it's not wet, smells great, no signs of rodents yet. So pumped to get started on this. Battery's been disconnected over winter, it's still running at 12 volts, so that should be enough to start it, and some petrol in there. Everything's on. Okay, let's give this a go. Oil pressure is good. Alternator is charging the battery. It's cold as hell. Happy days, Boomerang is back. Definitely want to do some tuning and everything to make sure we're running in optimal tuning before I go, but good thing is I can see all of that on the computer, so I'll know exactly the state of the engine and be in optimal tuning for the journey ahead. Pretty stoked. Can't wait to go driving this thing, honestly. I really don't feel like I've been able to use it enough. I've rushed across America and I've parked it in Jersey and I'm ready to go and explore. But first, the house is missing. Just received a care package from Wolfsburg West. Let's see what they sent us. We have been very, very fortunate to have met up with Tony in Wolfsburg West because he knows everybody in the Volkswagen industry, and we asked him if he could get hold of some parts that he doesn't stock. Now, some of them he stocked and some of them he didn't. We just couldn't find them for the bus, and he's like, yeah, I think I can probably get hold of those. So bless him, they sent us these parts from California to the UK. Let's see what he sent us and what he's managed to find. It's the little things that I couldn't get, like, look at the door here. How annoying would that have been? You know, that would have been rattling the whole way to Australia. It was missing this tiny little clip. Now I have it. This is what I couldn't buy. Water bottle cap, solid.
Restoring an old Volkswagen is not like building any old random van. There is a lot of work that goes into just getting to this point. So far, months of work have been put into laying a solid foundation. Now it's the exciting part. Now I get to turn Boomerang from a Kombi into a home.
Progress has been made. Lots of cutting of wood recently and varnishing and getting ready to install some pieces. So I want to bring you up to speed with what's been going down. Okay, let's have a quick look at the Kombi. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ready? Whew. Furniture. Okay, it's not much of a kitchen or anything yet, but you can see that progress has been made. It's basically starting to take shape. We've got a Dometic fridge here, we've got our worktop here, and roughly the kind of cabinets, the carcasses for the cabinets are starting to take shape. This is a really fun stage, the funnest stage of a van build, I think. Putting stuff together. Basically it's in place right now just to see the kind of shape of everything, to see where everything will go. Nothing is fixed, nothing is final, but yes, this is very, very exciting. Leah will be here in 1 week from Australia to join me, and I'm really hoping to have some progress so that she can see the Kombi is done, and I haven't just been slacking off here, and hopefully it'll be a nice little surprise for her. Speaking of surprises, I have one surprise for Leah. This is our clothes cupboard, or it will be our clothes cupboard. It's quite a lot of space. It's more space than we've had previously, and Leah and I were debating whether we could have a shower in there, and I said no, we couldn't because we wouldn't have enough space, but now I think that we might be able to do it. So this is an instant hot water heater. Ho ho! Talk about luxury glamping. So this will basically be in here and will provide us with instant hot water for showers, and also to the sink as well if we want to use hot water for washing up, which is quite nice when you're in really, really cold locations, which I'm sure we will be at some point. Oh, so excited about this. This is going to be absolutely awesome. It's fairly cheap. It's propane powered, so I'm going to have to plumb in some propane up here. But this should be a game changer for comfort levels in the van. It's not taking up too much space, so if I manage to pull this off, this is a big step up for Kombi life. Come on! I wonder how she'll feel about sacrificing some of her clothing space for basically a hot water system and shower system. Hopefully she's on board. Okay, today is the day. Leah is coming back. I am frantically trying to varnish some wood, so it looks like I've actually done something whilst I've been here. I've been doing quite a lot, but as always, it's the preparation stages. It's time to bolt in something. So what we're looking at here is basically the clothes cupboard, one huge part of making van life and tiny home living actually exciting for my lovely lady friend Leah. So hopefully with the aid of said wood, which is now drying. Leah will be happy with the cupboard and she will see how much space she has for her clothes, and hopefully she'll be excited about living in the Kombi as we drive across the planet. That's the theory. Let's get this stuff installed. First up, I've got to clean up. I've got to clean up. Leah cannot see the Kombi in this state. This is bad. It looks like a work site. It, clothes cupboard going in, hopefully. Yeah, doesn't fit. Uh-oh. Come on. Come on. Oh, how did the varnish make it bigger? Okie dokie.
This really is one of the most enjoyable moments in a van build. The sheer amount of off-camera work that goes into producing each piece of this puzzle is staggering.
All important air holes to allow air to pass through the different sections of the cupboards. Very important to have airflow to stop mold and to increase circulation and just basically for healthy living. Trust me, I know.
Literally hours upon hours of measuring, cutting, recutting, cutting too much,
Oh shit.
going out and buying another piece, starting all over again, crafting and hand shaping these pieces to the exact custom fit, and now finally installing something that I've built with my own hands. Yeah, this is a moment to be savoured, all right, and it's starting to feel like our tiny home is coming together.
Okay, this piece is going to be permanently blocking off the window so people can't see into the back of our cupboards. It's made out of wood. It's got yacht varnish on the outside, so you can see it's a slightly different colour. The reason being is that this is interior varnish and I don't think it's going to have much in the way of UV protection, so the outside of this has got like 4 or 5 coats of yacht varnish on. Oh yes! And of course shelving, which is actually quite thin but quite stiff also, so this is just like maybe 3mm cheaper version wood. Might just install one for now. And then a door. A lot of vans use tambour doors, which are the ones that you can roll up like shop fronts, put on over a night time to stop people breaking in. I think they're really nice in vans. A lot of the modern Volkswagens use them. However, it does take up quite a bit of space in the top, and on an expedition vehicle and living in it full time, space is a premium, so we've gone for this because it will allow us to have more storage basically at the top here, so it's definitely worth doing. We're going to have 3 shelves, one here, one at the top, a big one that goes all the way through to here, and then a deep one at the bottom here that we can put kind of winter off-season clothes. Basically each shelf is the size of a large backpack, so we should be able to fit all of our clothes in there, because as Leah and I are both experienced backpackers, we can travel for an entire year and live out of a backpack, so there's no reason why we can't do that in a van. Right, Leah? Right? Instant hot water. None of this is screwed together and nailed together yet, but we'll see. We'll do that later on. Going to get Leah from the airport. Woo! That's it. That's our airport. She's back!
It's actually nice in Jersey.
Welcome back to Wednesday. It's Wednesday again, Leah.
No, that was such a long flight. I felt like I've been on the plane for days. Jersey's lovely.
I know, it's practically summer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ready to do some work? Nice to have you back, mate. That is not going to fit in the Kombi. Where are you going to put all that?
I travelled with that on my own. That is like 14 kilos.
14 kilos. And the rest, we're going to have some problems.
How fluffy you are.
Best thing that's happened all week.
Leah, Alaska and I had lots of catching up to do, and I couldn't wait for her to see the progress on Boomerang.
First time I'm going to see boomers over 6 months. I'm so excited.
Has it been that long?
Yeah. Oh my god, it is so awesome! Ben!
Does it seem different?
Yeah, last time I was here there's actually nothing in here. I can't believe you got that in, that looks fantastic. Oh my god, it looks like a home. Look, there's the fridge is in.
Yeah, this is all temporary, it's got to come out again, but
Oh my god. I can't imagine that this is like what it looks like now. For ages it's just been a shell and now it looks like a home.
starting to get there, isn't it?
Oh, Benny's done such a good job.
Well, it hasn't just been me, I've had some help.
Oh my gosh, look at the chairs, they're different. Did you spray them?
Yeah, painted them.
Wow.
Open the... It's all, none of it's screwed together, so it's to be done, you know?
Okay.
So, this is...
Wow, wow, there's so much space in there.
I know. A little area. It's a bit hard, just pull it.
You have a shower!
Hot water on demand.
Oh my god!
You weren't expecting that, were you?
No, that's amazing! Yes, we have a hot shower. I was not expecting that. And look, you got a little shelf here to put your stuff for the shower. This is perfect.
Step up in living conditions.
Oh my goodness. Wow. We've got a shower.
Pretty happy about that?
Yes.
It had been almost 7 full months since Leah was in Jersey helping with the build, and it was great to have her back.
From there to here, we'll have a curtain around here.
Oh my god.
Up until this point, I've just been editing the videos of our home being built.
That's so cool.
So, you're going to help me put this together?
Yes.
We've got a lot of work to do.
And it felt great to finally be here getting my hands back on the project and making sure Ben was doing things properly. Just kidding, obviously I am so proud of what he has done.
Our rear storage is pretty much complete at this point, but it's mostly for keeping our clothes in. Once we had the spacing set out for this, we knew how much space was left for our kitchen, which was the next order of business.
I've got to say, I do absolutely love this Dometic cooker, hob, sink combination thing going on here. It's a slick piece of engineering, but massive complaint. Man, is it difficult to fit. It doesn't come with a template, which would be a lot easier. So I've had to make one myself, and to be honest with you, it's been quite a bit of work to do that, and it would have been just much easier if I'd had a template in the first place. So be prepared if you're going for one of these slick Dometic combo units that you might need to factor in a little bit of time for the fitting process.
The main objective with all our cabinetry is to keep it as lightweight as possible with the materials that we have. We'll be using 9mm birch plywood here for the sides, and with no back to save weight and help with ventilation to reduce condensation and mould. The worktop needs to stand up to a little bit more of use, so it will be a bit thicker, 12mm.
Oh, almost got a house!
In hindsight, this was the bare minimum that we could get away with using. Finding tiny screws and fasteners that wouldn't go all the way through the wood was problematic.
Total amateur. But it's amazing what an amateur can do. If you're an amateur, you can do it too. It might take you a year, like me. Next piece of wood, mastercraft. Morning. We finally got our floor down for the Kombi from the UK. Check this out. What the crap is that? That is a printing error on the floor panels, so it basically looks disgusting. It's got these black blotches everywhere. What a pain in the butt. Didn't even notice it until we cut the entire floor as well. This one's the worst, but it is also in various places all over the floor. Now I've got to wait for that to be picked up, send it back to the UK, wait another week, hopefully a week, to get a new one down, recut it, refit it, and then we'll be back to where we are today.
These kind of setbacks are to be expected during a project like this, but it's made all the worse because many of the supplies we needed were sourced from outside the island. By this point we were really stretching our budget, but more importantly, we were stretching the limited time that we had available. Leah only has a few months in the UK, and every day that we're delayed here is a day less to explore Britain. During the next few weeks we'd have to get this build finished, and we'd be using every minute of every day to put the finishing touches on Boomerang. Fingers crossed we don't get any more setbacks.
Our boat leaves very soon, and we're not ready at all.
But that is a story for next time.